What's going on, Geminites? It's your boy Gem Mint. We're here with the new comic book day reviews for Wednesday, June 3rd. Before we get started, I want you guys to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like. We're going to get into a non-spoiler review of today's new comics. Now, last week was the return of the new comic book day reviews for me, but when I checked Previews World to see what was coming out this week, I noticed there was no Marvel, and everything from DC that was coming out was stuff that I wasn't reading. So I was like, damn, I don't really want to start new comic book day reviews back and then skip the following week. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to pick up every title from DC, just jump on wherever they're at and see if I can follow along. So that's what I did. And I want to say for the most part, I wasn't really too lost, and I enjoyed reading these new titles, so I think a lot of these I'm going to continue to read. Before we get started, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, that's SpidermanBooth.com. They have $30 mystery boxes. You're guaranteed 5 comics of retail value. If you use the code GEMMINT at checkout, you will save $10. The current giveaway prize for this round of mystery boxes is a Spider-Man #1 Silver Edition, graded at 9.8 by CGC, signed by Stan Lee and Todd McFarlane. This is the iconic Spider-Man #1. It is the black background, silver web edition. Super dope book that's going to be in one of those boxes. So check out that SpidermanBooth.com. Use the code GEMMINT at checkout. Garth Ennis is back with The Boys. They have this series called Dear Becky. And I'm not sure if this is a mini-series or if this is an ongoing, but this was issue 1. Issue 2 is solicited. And it's kind of funny to see Garth Ennis pick up back in The Boys universe in modern times. It's kind of like they're talking about Twitter, they're talking about Trump, they're talking about homosexual and trans and white privilege, and it's not like that they're pushing a point. It's actually Huey going back and forth with the trans huge dude Bobby from each of their perspectives. So it's not kind of like pushing an agenda. It's more like a real conversation between two different sides. The kind of premise of this book, it seems like we stumble upon Becky's diary, which is Butcher's wife or ex-wife or whatever, and it seems like he must have got a hold of the diary and he's writing in it, and it comes along to Huey. So it looks like there's going to be a problem with some soups, and it looks like Butcher is not going to have the good angel on his shoulder whatsoever in this round. So going to be interesting. It sounds like it's going to get super gory and bloody, which The Boys is known for. So I'm on for the ride. Shout out to Dynamite and The Boys. Everything else is DC. So I picked up Superman Action Comics issue 1022. This is Bendis along with John Romita Jr. It was okay, and I wasn't really too lost because you have some tie-ins to the Legion of Superheroes run, which I was reading a little bit of it. Bendis is writing that as well. But what's interesting here is we have this Superboy Connor Kent trying to figure out who is he, man? Is he a clone of Superman? Is he from this Earth? Is he from a different Earth or a parallel universe? So Clark's trying to figure that out. Jonathan Kent comes back from the future, from the Legion of Superheroes with Brainiac 5, and we have this kind of reunion of sorts. And it's pretty interesting. I was digging this. I wasn't lost really at all. Jimmy Olsen and Lois Lane portion of it I could care less about, but I like the Superboy thing. Was pretty cool. I didn't hate it. The artwork I didn't love, but it wasn't unreadable. Then we got Batman Detective Comics issue 1022 as well. This is by Peter J. Tomasi, and who is the artist on here? Who's Walker? It's Brad Walker's on the pencil, Andrew Hennessy on the inks. Brad Anderson is the colorist. Rob Lai is the letterer. Dope issue, man. This was a dope Two-Face in Batman issue. You have some Joker kind of New 52 era stuff coming up in here. And I just thought it was a fun, action-packed, it was a good issue. It wasn't one of those confusing ones. I really enjoyed this one. This was dope. I'm going to continue to read Detective for sure. Then we got Batman Superman #9. I was actually reading Batman Superman when it first came out, but it had so much tie-ins with that Batman Who Laughs stuff and all those type of versions, like the Shazam Who Laughs. I forget what the thing was called, the Infected or whatever. So I just kind of got sick of it. So I picked this back up, and I really did enjoy this one too. This seems like a nice jumping on point. Who's writing this? Joshua Williamson. You got Clayton Henry as the artist, Alejandro Sanchez as the colorist, John J. Hill as the letterer. Yeah, you have this guy, who is this Purple Skull guy? Atomic Skull story. Seems pretty cool. It seems like, what's the premise here? They're trying to use Batman to get at Superman. Who's the villain in this thing? Oh, yeah. It's kind of a spoiler to say, but I mean, you have a villain who's using the atomic skull, and it seems like he's using that technology to like pilot dead bodies to explode. And it looks like there's going to be an army of exploding atomic skulls. So artwork was dope, man. I love the colors. You had this nice double-page spread of this big explosion, a nice purple kind of atomic explosion. It was a dope issue, man. I'm kind of glad I jumped back on these, man. Then we had Aquaman 59. Aquaman 59 is written by, who is this guy again? DeConnick, right? That sounds familiar. And Rocha. Sometimes they put it at the back here. Yeah, Kelly Sue DeConnick, that's right. Robson Roach is the penciler. Daniel Henriquez is the inker. Romulo Fajardo Jr. is the colorist. Clayton Cowles as a letterist. So this was also a good one, man. So Aquaman is trying to find his daughter. His daughter has gone missing. He immediately goes to Atlantis, confronts the current ruler, the Ocean Master. Ocean Master is like, look, bro, that ain't me anymore. Everybody needs to chill. And I guess there's gonna be a potential power struggle here where it might be a close family member of Aquaman who's really the one behind the disappearance of his daughter. And I said Ocean Master was a king of Atlantis. I might have that mixed up. Don't quote me on that. I'm just jumping into this right now. So I did like the artwork. I thought the colors were great on this, and I thought the story, it was interesting enough. Kind of like some backstabbing betrayal. Looks like it's about to go down. So I'll continue with Aquaman. All right, we got Paula Steven Bergen on the story, Anike art, Laura Allred with the colors. Wow, I just read her Silver Surfer run. Gabriella Downey as the letterist. Catwoman 22. I really enjoyed this. This was an easy, accessible book to pick up. It flowed nicely. You have these this maid service / stripper prostitute service who is going around booking jobs and then robbing the place. It almost kind of reminded me of that episode of Seinfeld where he's paying the maid, but she's also his girlfriend. Are you? Did I pay you to make the bed, but you slept in it? Anyway, it was kind of crazy, but it was kind of interesting. Catwoman's on the side of the law. It seems like she's a good guy. She takes down this group of thieves, even though she's a little remorseful. She sees a lot of herself in them, but she takes them down nonetheless. Pretty cool little twist. Not a big plot twist, but with the guy Steve from Wonder Woman. Isn't that the same Steve? He's a Fed, or am I getting stuff crossed? Anyway, this was probably my favorite issue of all this. I don't really have a pick of the week, spoiler alert, but this one was fun. I laughed. I thought it flowed really well, and Catwoman wasn't bad to look at. So Catwoman 22, y'all. Wonder Woman 756. This was the only one where I felt lost. So, I mean, as the cover alludes to, it's the fury of the 4 horsewomen. You have Diana. She's fighting these 4 horsewomen. It seems like these Amazonians have gone bad, or they've gone against Diana for whatever reason. And I can't remember who Donna is. Was that just a different Wonder Woman from a different Earth or something? I think it was, now that I'm saying it out loud. So you get some Donna and Diana action. The artwork is great, though, man. Who's the team on this? Steve Orlando writes it. Jesus Marino is the penciler. Awesome stuff. Vincent Cifuentes is the inker. Romulo Fajardo Jr. again on the colorist. Pat Brosu as a letterer. So, yeah, man, the artwork was dope. I'm a little lost on what's going on with the story here. I didn't love it. It wasn't super interesting. But, yeah, the art was good. That's about it for me. All right, DC Black Label put out these 2 graphic novels, right? These are thick trade paperback format books. I read the Birds of Prey. This was by Brian Azzarello. You had Emanuela Lupacino, Ray McCarthy, Trish Mulvihill with John Cleese. So this was better than the Birds of Prey movie, right? You basically have Harley Quinn. She gets let go from her duties with Suicide Squad. She did her time. She wants to be a good guy. She doesn't want to be a monster anymore. She loses the Daddy's Little Monster shirt. And she, it's kind of a reunion of the Birds of Prey. You have Black Canary. You have Renee Montoya. You have the Huntress. And basically they're going against the cartel, the De La Muerta, right? They have the Day of the Dead Faces. And they're going to try to take down, Renee Montoya wants to take down the cartel by inviting them to Gotham and catching them red-handed. I don't know, that was a little bit weird, and they kind of even mentioned that in the book. But you also have the Joker kind of sending his goons after Harley, trying to get Harley again. So that was pretty interesting. I think that the Harley stuff in the movie was better than the book, but I think the story and the supporting cast was way better in this book. It's a $10 book. It reads like it must have been like 4 or 5 issues, but it's all just one big one-shot. But I was entertained, man. I think it was it read quick. It was smooth. It wasn't like a chore to get through, especially because I got all these books super late, y'all. I got it at 7 o'clock tonight, so I had to really read these. And in order for me to get this out today, I didn't read this entire Catwoman 100-page special 80th anniversary book. I did read the first story, and I flipped through this because what you basically have here is a celebration of Catwoman. It has 10 short stories, and it has these pinups throughout the entire book that highlight the different eras of Catwoman. Her first appearance in, the 40s, and then you have her in the 90s, you have her in the 2000s, you have her in the 80s. So here's just like a quick look at the 90s where you have her Paul Dini Batman animated series look, and you have her modern 90s purple suit. So they have that in between these one-shot little short stories. So I read the first one. It was okay, but I'm the type that, I like to read arcs, so I was like, man, it's getting late. I want to get this video done so I could drop it in the morning for you guys. So I didn't get to look at the whole thing now. Maybe I'll flip through it some other time. But that was the last book from the haul. So, everything happens for a reason. I am glad that no Marvel stuff came out. It forced me to pick up all these DC books that I wouldn't have picked up otherwise. And a lot of these I think I'm going to continue to follow, if not all of them, for at least a second issue. Yeah, let me know, guys, because, those of you who know me will help me out in the comments, man. Let me know if I'm missing anything on these runs that you're reading. New people are going to say, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, which is true. So sound off in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite book was of this week. I know it was kind of a light haul this week, and hopefully, we will get back to normal and start getting more books each week. So drop me a line in the comments below. Hit that like button before you leave. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. We're 81,000 subscribers strong, and 58% of the people watching are still not subscribed. So let's go. Let's subscribe. We're going to do a 90K subscriber milestone. I haven't thought of what the books are going to be yet or what the giveaway is going to be yet, but I have an idea, and I kind of just gave it away a little bit. Hit that like before you leave, and you guys stay minty fresh. Peace.